Hello everyone, peace of the Lord to all. In this video we will show you some mistakes and errors and contradiction in the Quran, and we will talk about women in Islam. Now we know Islam, like in chapter 4 verse number 34, speak about beating women, etc. We spoke about that before, but today I'm going to take your attention for something else. If we read chapter number 3, chapter 4 verse number 3, as we see in the front of us, and this is, as you notice, the Muslim translation, not mine. Just take a note, please. And take another note, I don't approve any translation Muslims do. However, I will use their translation, as I always do, to expose Islam, to show you how ugly it is. Now, this verse supposedly is about marrying and choosing the wives of Muslims. And if you fear that you will not deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry who that please you. So now we have Quran saying, if you think you will not be justice or just with the orphan guys, then okay, marry anyone you want. Now, when we say the orphan girls, we are talking about what exactly? If someone, she is 20 years old, is she orphan girl? No. So when we say an orphan, what does that mean? That means children's. I think all of you agree, right? Like, if I'm an adult, if I am 30 men old, and my dad passed away, that does not make me orphan. Orphan is a term used for children who their parents pass away, they die, or they get killed, whatever you know the reason. However, it's about they pass away, they are dead. So the Quran obviously encouraging marrying little children. So this is what the verse here is saying. However, still this is not my topic, but I wanted to take a note about it. Then marry whoever you please you, and then marry to, the Quran says, fankahu. The word fankahu here, Muslims they say the word ankahu mean marry. The word nakaha, according to Muslims, or most of them, they try to fool us to say the word nakaha mean he married from, or to do marriage from. Muhammad, he said, mal'unun nakihu yadu. Allah curse the one who do nukah to his hand. Do you marry your hand? So obviously the word nukah is about the sexual action, have nothing to do with marriage. This is why it says here, fankahu, whatever you of women 2 and 3 and 4, and whatever of your right hand possess. Those you don't marry them, those you do nukah with them without marriage. Alright? So nukah cannot be for marriage, because simply it's about having sex with the women who they are not wives to, just because they are slaves. So the word nukah go for physical action. You can have sex with those women you choose to marry. 2, mathna, and thalath, wa thulath, and 4. And by the way, some Muslims and some some history point, some of them, they did not marry 4 women. Why? Because they said the Quran says 2 and 3 and 4. Now 2 and 3 and 4, that will make it what? That will make it 9 women. 9 women. According to them, the Prophet of Islam, he have 9 legal women, according to those people who went with this theory. Because it doesn't say really marry 4, and I understand why you are saying that. It says 2 and 3 and 4. How come it did not start with 1? 2 and 3 and 4. So if the Quran were, want to say go and marry 4 women, the Quran should say, or you have a limit of 4 women maximum. There is no need to say 2 and 3 and 4. Just say marry up to 4 women. The Arabic language is very rich, and you can make it easy in one statement. So there is no need to say 2 and 3 and 4. No point of that. This is why many of them, they said, you know what, it's not for women. It is 2 plus 3, let's make it 5, and then plus 4, that make it 9, as we see here. 2, the Muslims in the translation, they added or. Now in the Arabic, the word or is not exist. This is why I say, if you don't speak Arabic, you will miss a lot. The word or, it's not exist, it's a false translation. And just to prove it to you, I will add another translation. You will see the word or will turn to be and, or even it exist. Here we go. Dr. Ghali, look, 2, 3, 4. Where is it? Where is the or? Actually, his translation is not accurate too, you know, but he's trying to make it maybe accurate in English, because it should say 2, 3, and 4. If you don't want to put and between each one of them. However, in Arabic it says 2 wa, which mean and, 3 wa, which mean and, 4. So it's a 3, a 2, and a 3 and 4. If you add another translation, you will see the drama change. Hit this guy. This guy, he added even 1 when it does not exist. Only 1 or what 1, you idiot? Okay. Oh, sorry, here. Good for you. 2 and the 3 and 4. You see this guy, he get it more right. 2 and the 3 and 4. So he's more accurate than the ones before him. So we will go with this one, which is more accurate, as Shakir Ali. Muhammad Shakir, I forgot what's his name. So 2 and the 3 and 4. So it looked like the Quran giving us a very confusing language, saying 2 plus 3 plus 4. Because why you want to say 2 and the 3 and 4? It doesn't make sense. Still, actually, this is not my topic for today. My topic is more than this. If you notice at the end of the verse, just to make it less confusing in the text, I will take only one translation, or you can choose any translation you want. However, as I said, I don't accept any of them. It says here, marry 2, 3, 2 and the 3 and 4, and if you're afraid, but if you fear or you're afraid that you will not be just, then marry only 1. Then here the translation is false, because it says, or those your right hand possess. Yes, it says here oh now it's not and, it's or. But he should say, and those who you own, you know, because he did not use the correct word, because here the word malakat, he is not using it because they don't want to show you that the Quran says women in Islam are property. He just says your right hand possess, and there's a huge difference between right hand possess and you own them, you know. However, my point in here is about, if you cannot be unjust, if you cannot be just, then marry only 1. I want you to take note about this. So this has been taken from chapter 4, verse number 3. Now in the same chapter, we have a verse saying something will contradict this verse. Remember, the Quran says, but if you fear that if you will not be just, then marry only 1. Now if we go to the other verse, same chapter, verse number 4, 129, it says, you will never be just with women. You will never be able to be equal. Like this is a translation he's saying actually, but the word in Arabic, ta'adilu. You will never be just. You can add any translation you want. You know, like they add perfect justice, etc. This is false. There's no perfect. All Muslim translation, that's why I say, like here he added the word you will not be able to do perfect justice. You will not be never be able to be equal in feeling between what feeling? Where they are getting this from? All is fabrication. You will not be able to deal equally between your wives. This is more close, but the fact is not, because equally is not about justice yet. The word is justice. Justice. Because just is not only about treating them equally. It's about being just in everything you do with them. You will never be able to be fair with them. You will never, and you have it not in your power to be justice. So this is a funny translation. And you will never be able to do justice between your wives. That is more accurate, this one. So the Quran is saying in the verse before that you can marry 4, or let us say 2 and 3 and 4. It's up how you wanna understand it. It goes up to 9 or only for women, but under a condition that you wanna be fair with them. You will be just, and the word is used here is about just. All right. You see it? This is the translation, just, and this is actually what it says in Arabic. If you will not do just, فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. The word just in Arabic is تَعْدِلُوا. This is the word. So if you fear you will not be just, then you marry only one. Now, if the Quran in different verse says, and you will never be just, this is a contradiction, because he gave them a license to marry 2, 3, 4, and then he says to them, and you will never be just. That's madness. You can have 4 women if you are qualified to be just, but you will never be just. So you will never be just, but still you marry 4. So either the Muslims, they are not following their book, or their book is making them more confused. However, this is a clear contradiction in the Quran. One verse saying, if you fear not, you will not deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry of those, etc. But if you fear that you will not be just, then marry only one. And then the other verse saying, you will never be just anyway. That means the Muslims cannot marry more than one, because the Quran says clearly, you will never be just. You will never, ever be just. That is a clear contradiction for the marriage in Islam. And that will raise more questions about Muhammad's behavior himself. Because if we ask Muslims, was Muhammad a perfect man? They will say, absolutely. The Quran says, وَإِنَّهُ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. He was the best of man as a creation. He would honor. He's perfect. But all of us, we know the Quran itself is speaking about the wives of Muhammad fighting and doing strikes, and even Allah himself, he threatened them of divorcing them. So you will see many places the Quran in the reputation or in the Quran say clearly that Muhammad, he was not fair with his wives. Wives are fighting against him. There's 2. The wives are divided. They are jealous from each other. Why? Because he took the side of Aisha. He sleep in her house more than others. He took the gift to her house. He don't give the gifts to the women. He stopped even sleeping with Sauda. Sauda, she gave her night to Aisha because she feared that the Prophet will divorce her, and then she will become homeless. She became old and fat, etc. So Muhammad was not fair. Now the Muslims themselves cannot be fair, and the Quran saying that when Allah spoke in this verse, he's talking to who? He's speaking to everybody, including Muhammad. Supposedly, actually, the one who get the verse is Muhammad, the first one who said Allah to him, and you, talking to who? To Muhammad, and you will never be just. So how Muhammad did marry many women? This is a very clear contradiction, and this is why I say Islam is nothing but a mix of rules, and those rules, they don't match, because Muhammad, trying to make himself a prophet, the more he talk, the more he contradict himself. At the end, thank you for listening, and if you like to learn more about Islam, you can order my book, paperback or Kindle, from Amazon.com. God bless, and don't forget to make a review for the book. Thank you.